When the R32 Skyline GT-R finally entered full competition in the All Japan Touring Car Championship in 1990, the question wasn't really whether it would win. Everything about the car, from its mathematically optimized engine displacement to its reactive all-wheel drive system, had been built specifically to make winning close to inevitable. The real question was simply how completely it would dominate, and how quickly the rest of the field would be forced to respond. The answer arrived almost immediately, and it was more extreme than even Nissan's own engineers may have expected. From 1990 through 1993, the R32 Skyline GT-R competed in 29 championship races in Japan's top touring car category. It won every single one. Not most. Not the majority. All 29, across 4 consecutive seasons, an unbroken run of dominance that remains almost unheard of in professional motorsport at this level. That result wasn't simply the product of one exceptional car in one exceptional season. It represented 4 full years of sustained, total superiority over every rival manufacturer, every rival team, and every rival driver willing to enter the category. Across 4 separate seasons, rival teams had ample opportunity to develop, adjust, and respond. None of it mattered. The GT-R's combination of a rules-optimized engine and an all-wheel drive system rivals simply couldn't replicate proved to be an advantage that development time alone couldn't overcome. The consequence for the sport itself was severe. As it became increasingly clear that no rival manufacturer could realistically compete for outright victory, other manufacturers began withdrawing their factory efforts from the top class of Japanese touring car racing altogether. Competing seriously against a car that hadn't lost a single race in years, with no clear technical path to closing that gap, offered rival manufacturers little competitive or commercial reason to keep investing heavily in the category. This created a genuinely unusual situation within the sport. A car built specifically to dominate had dominated so completely, and for so long, that it began actively hollowing out the very competition it was designed to beat. A racing category depends on genuine rivalry to hold commercial and fan interest. When one manufacturer's technical advantage becomes large enough, and lasts long enough, it can end up undermining the long-term health of the series itself, even as that same manufacturer continues racking up win after win. The Skyline GT-R's total domination of Japanese touring car racing would eventually become just one chapter in a much larger story, because by the early 1990s, Nissan hadn't stopped at Japan. Fred Gibson's team had already brought the R32 to Australia, entering it into the fiercely competitive Australian Touring Car Championship. What happened there would prove even more dramatic, and would eventually give this car the nickname that outlived the racing category itself.